Thank you, Ms. Corbin, and our orchestra members who appreciate that entrance. Good evening, friends and family, and welcome to our annual Senior Honors Awards night. Tonight we celebrate the class of 2022, day one of a week long of a lot of tears. For you guys, not me. Over the next hour or so, we'll be acknowledging members of this class for their academic, arts, and athletic accomplishments, along with post-high school acceptances, institutional, local, and national scholarships. We do so using the information provided to us from your child. In the event we miss something, please let us know, and we'll make sure that we acknowledge that at our day assembly on Thursday, which you are all also invited to. That assembly is at the high school gym at 1 o'clock. I'd like to first take a minute to thank Ms. Ripstra, Ms. Dombrowski, Mr. Bozell, C.J. Bennett, and his tech crew for all of their hard work in putting this day and this week together. So thank you for all of your efforts. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our first winner, daughter of American Revolutionary Citizen, Good Citizenship Award winner, Whitney Byard, and you can join her in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, hon. Okay, we're going to get right into this. We've got a lot of accomplishments from this outstanding class, and so it's my privilege to fill in for Sergeant Brandon Wilson. He is actually escorting some future Marines to boot camp this evening, so he couldn't make it. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off with the Marine Semper Fidelis Award. The Marine Band has a long-standing tradition of musical excellence. It's been playing at the White House engagement since 1801 and is referred to as the President's own John Philip Sousa, while 1981. It's with this prestigious musical history that I present this award. This student must have a first chair in the band or orchestra, proven capable of performing as a soloist, and recognized as both an outstanding musician and young citizen. The winner of the Semper Fidelis Music Award is Isaac Bevins. The Marine Scholarship for Scholastic Excellence. This award recognizes students who went the extra mile with their studies both in and out of the classroom. To be eligible for this award, this student must be a distinguished scholar, an exemplary citizen, and a role model for younger students. It is with great pleasure that I present this Scholastic Excellence Award to Gabriella Gaston. And the Distinguished Athlete Award. For more than 200 years, the Marines have been recognized as a force in readiness. Being ready means you have to be in top physical condition. Consequently, fitness is a hallmark of the Marines. Additionally, this recipient of this award not only represents a student that is a superior athlete, but also one that has been recognized as an exemplary young citizen. It's my pleasure to give this award to Kelty Blastic. Those are our three Marine awards. I'm also filling in for Deborah Dietz from Family Financial Credit Union. She was unable to make it tonight. And she would like to give this congratulations and certificate of scholarship from Family Financial Credit Union to Tristan Guerrero. And now if I can invite Ms. Corbin to the stage, she has one scholarship she'd like to give.
Hello, good evening. First of all, I need to tell you about someone very special. Years ago, North Muskegon had a very passionate music educator and skilled band director at North Muskegon Schools, Mr. Dennis Emmons. Back in the 90s, he was also my youth symphony director. Playing in that youth symphony was one of the most pivotal musical experiences I had, and it built my own identity as a musician and probably shaped my future that ultimately led me here. Today, Dennis and Sue Emmons live here in North Muskegon and actively support our own musicians by their presence at many performances and continuously sponsoring our orchestra. Each year, they generously give an instrumental music scholarship to one North Muskegon graduating senior who has been dedicated to Norse bands or orchestras, and someone who will continue to make their music in the future. It gives me great pleasure today to give this award to a student who has been unable to make their music in a Norse ensemble for a little bit of time. This student showed great dedication for years to his instrument in our North Muskegon bands. And as long as he was able, he was part of that team. Today, I'd like to give this award to, it's in the amount of $1,000, to Ethan Coleman.
Thank you, Angela. Next up is Chief Sean Perry. Never mind, this is Mr. Emmons. All yours.
I just wanted to say something. This is the first time I think I've come back in the 20 years we've been giving this scholarship. But I wanted to let you know, which I've never really talked about, is that I got a phone call once, and it was from the National Music Education Association. We had then John Wheeler doing choir, Gene Manning doing orchestra, myself doing band. And we worked together very hard. And they called me and asked, I said, well, what do you want? And they said, we decided that you may have one of the best, if not the best, musical program with groups in the whole United States. That was at that time. And I would just like to let you know what you can be proud of if you support it a lot. And they really supported it back in those days. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Chief Sean Perry.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm the current chief of Lene Lodge 57, which is over on the other side of the lake from this school. Lene Lodge is a Vikings lodge. We are a fraternal order of Vikings, which is a nationally recognized fraternal order. We try to instill and educate on the traditions of Scandinavian heritage. This year's recipients are both members of the lodge and have been, one of them's been a junior member, but in order to qualify for our scholarship, they must have a good grade point average, have extracurricular activities, and volunteer. And lastly, our scholarship is judged blindly. We hire outside consultants to read their essays that they write. Our first recipient is Noah Bomberg. Noah will be receiving $1,700 $1,750 toward his future academics. Our next scholarship recipient is Alexis Jant. That's the Swedish way to pronounce her last name. Alexis is also being honored with the Grand Scholarship from the Grand Lodge, which means a conglomeration of all the lodges throughout the whole country. Her essay, I understand from those that read it, was just outstanding. Speaking of overcoming some of the things that she's had to overcome in life to get where she wants to get. And so she's also receiving the Grand Lodge Scholarship, which is an additional $1,750.
Thank you and congratulations. Up next, representing the Community Foundation is Ms. Dana Scott.
Sure. Good evening. The Community Foundation for Muskegon County has the privilege of connecting people who care about this community with their personal passions. Some donors invest in the future of our community by awarding scholarships. It is their hope that you head out into the world and learn all that you can learn, and then you come back to Muskegon County to live, work, and raise your families, and make our community the best it can be. Our donors are investing in your education, knowing it will pay off as you head out to do good things. Thank you to our donors who make the commitment to the future of Muskegon County. Congratulations to the following students from North Muskegon High School who have been selected for scholarships from the Community Foundation for Muskegon County Scholarship Program. Brenna Staley is receiving the Fraunthal Scholarship for $2,000. Ginger Van Antwerp is receiving the Miss Michigan Scholarship for $500. Megan Hausman is receiving 2 scholarships. The first one is the Donald and Jane Jerkson Scholarship for $2,000 and the Ruth and John Schreier Hope College Scholarship for $10,000. Gabriella Gaston is receiving the Eleanor Polly Women's Golf Scholarship for $500. Whitney Byard is receiving the Muskegon County Bar Association Law Education Scholarship for $250. Adrian Martinez is receiving the Neil Rosen Cherry County Playhouse Scholarship for $1,200. Anna Heikala is receiving the Lewis and Eloise Bud Munns Memorial Scholarship for $1,000. And Katie Simonson is receiving the Dorothy Creason Tyler English Scholarship for $1,500. Natalie Lorenz is receiving the Donald L. Walters Scholarship for $500.
Thank you, Dana. Up next is Sam Nadeau with the John Pavlik Scholarship.
Thanks, Ken. I was going to stand up here and tell you I'd be brief. And seeing the brevity of everyone before me, I can tell you I'm not going to be super brief. The reason for that is, first of all, John Pavlik was a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, and meant a lot to me. And I've coached a lot of these guys, know a lot of these young ladies. And so I think it's necessary to take a few minutes. And I'm going to aside. Mr. Emmons is here. I was a student here, when a classmate of your daughter's. And guys, we are in the presence of greatness. At the time I went to North Muskegon High School and my brothers and sisters went to North Muskegon High School, our band was known throughout the state. And so I think we should take a minute. Mr. Emmons, stand up. So I'm honored to be here with you today to award the John Pavlik Award. This award goes to the student who has led their class in spirit, the student has helped or participated in sports, the student has helped or participated in community events, the student has made you laugh one moment and made you mad the next moment. The student has argued with teachers to prove his or her point, the student who is like a brother or a sister to their classmates, and the student who will always be remembered long after graduation. The receiving student name will be engraved on a nameplate and hung near the gym because John spent a lot of time there. As I alluded to, I knew John really well. In fact, he was like a third brother to me. He spent several nights at my house, dated my sisters, ended up living in my grandmother's basement at one point. I don't think any of you guys were even born when John had his tenure here in North Muskegon. But he left his mark. When I'm done with this, guys, I hope you'll understand why John has an award named in his name and how much he meant to a lot of us. Pavs, he was called by his friends, graduated from North Muskegon in 1976. While attending North Muskegon, he played football and baseball, and I'll tell you what, I don't think he was ever all-state or all-conference. But when it came to being a Norseman, Pav was all-world. To say John bled blue and gold would be an understatement. He honestly felt that those that worked, taught, coached, and attended North Muskegon were higher beings. He was one of those guys that, and we all know this guy, right? If you said, I'm from Muskegon, he'd say, no, 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 you're from North Muskegon. And he really meant it. After graduating from North Muskegon, he went to Central Michigan University, where he obtained a degree in finance. From there, he went on to Wall Street and worked in New York about 15 years. That whole time, he always kept in touch with North Muskegon and North sports. And that was pretty difficult because we didn't have the internet then. But he got the local paper, he got the Chronicle, he was very in touch. I also want you to understand that when we described this award, this is true. Pav was not a North Muskegon or Norse Kool-Aid drinker. It was not beyond him when he was back here on visits to call it a coach or call it a teacher and to give them a piece of their mind. But he was also the type of guy that if he did that, later that night he'd be buying him a beer down at the BLT or the Canary Inn. He also was not immune to raising his voice to an official or a referee. Now, those of you guys who have coached know that I don't know anything about that. But I think one of the best examples of his character was during his 15 years in New York, he decided, you know what? I love sports. I should get back to sports. And he became a high school and college official for football. That's the type of guy he was. I'll also relate a brief personal story. Said Pav was like a brother to me. My parents were out of town with my brother. North Muskegon was playing Manistee one winter night. They told me I was in 8th grade right here at North Muskegon. They said, you got to stay home. You got an algebra test. About 10 o'clock that night, I heard somebody come in our house. They didn't knock. I was like, what's going on? I heard the door open. I hopped out of bed and actually grabbed the baseball bat next to my bed and stood behind the door and tried to stop from peeing my pants because I heard him coming upstairs. And then the person stopped, and I heard him go down the stairs and out the door and shut the door, and I ran down to my sister's bedroom and looked on Rudderman, and I saw this car, this red car leaving. I got a little bit of license plate. I called 911. About 10 minutes later, at my door, here's a police officer with the flashers rolling. And I came down, I'm like, what's up? And I opened the door, and Officer Marv Wagner looked at me and goes, study for algebra tonight? He had Pav standing next to him. He had pulled Pav over about what we now call Wesco. Pav was the type of guy that said, yeah, I was there, you know. I stopped by to see if he studied for his test. The moral of the story is not that North Muskegon was a place that if you didn't do your homework, the cops would show up. But that's the type of guy that Pav was. He could talk his way out of something and then say, well, hold it. I didn't complete the job. So Pav, unfortunately, wasn't with us long enough. Last time I spoke to him, he was trying to talk me into coming back to North Muskegon. He had recently moved back to North Muskegon. He'd found a young lady who had graduated from North Muskegon. They got married. They'd had a child. He had bought a business. He'd turned that business around. He was on the top of the world. But unfortunately, after going out to a softball game one night and having a couple of hot dogs, he had a heart attack, and he left us way too early. I attended his funeral, and I'll tell you what, man, the people spoke at his funeral really meant it. The gratitude is long-lived. It was very heartfelt. And it still lives because you all know that our locker room down at the football field and the soccer field is named after John Pavlik. So I hope you now understand the connection. Pav was everything Norseman. And so therefore, it is my honor, in the name of my friend John Pavlik, to award the John Pavlik Award to Jason Bogue.
Thank you, Sam. Representing Northside Lions, Kathleen Cobbler. Did I say that right? All right. We're going to edit that out.
Yeah, okay. Nobody heard it. It's okay. Hi. My name is Kathleen Cobbler. I'm the president of the Northside Lions Club, thus the fancy vest. I'm one of 1.4 million lions serving in over 200 countries in the world. Over here in the Muskegon North Side, we've been over here since 1979. And just a few of the things that we do over here on the North Side, we have a kids shopping trip. We partner with the Friends of the Walker Library with the Easter egg hunt. We helped erect the playgrounds over at Mullally Park, and we work on the causeway. This year, we were able to give out over $4,000 in educator grants to Reese Puffer and North Muskegon schools. And we were able to do this because of your support when you see us out there on the corners begging for money. But that's where that money goes. And also when you come to all you can eat, I should talk to you kids, all you can eat, not you girls, I'm sure, our pancake breakfasts that we will be having the second Saturday of June, July, and August right over here in Walker Park. We also are privileged to give out $1,000 scholarships to deserving seniors. You certainly have one here. Keldon, or Kelty as I've heard, Blastic, is a wonderful example of our Lions motto, we serve. His involvement here at his school and his church made it very clear that he would be our choice for receiving this scholarship. I'm very happy to present this to Keldon and wish him all the best as he goes forward.
Up next is Megan Bayard-Caraba with the Muskegon Promise.
Good evening, everyone. Megan Bayard-Caraba, otherwise known as Whitney's mom. It is a pleasure to be here tonight, a pleasure to be bringing a message of congratulations on behalf of the Muskegon Area Promise Scholarship. Our Promise is an initiative working to achieve economic growth, and life-changing success through education. It makes a unique commitment to the young people of our community, one that includes tuition-free scholarships that can be used at either Muskegon Community College or Baker College of Muskegon. As a result of years of financial focus, many of you may have heard and are aware that our promise is ready for more. Today, we not only celebrate the eligibility expansion, but also hundreds of students countywide that it serves. Notifications are sent to our scholars via U.S. mail, kind of the old traditional methods, to their homes around the county. Over 600 letters were mailed this year alone, our largest class yet. And here's where it gets really good. Of those 600, 55 are in our audience tonight. No easy task to meet the eligibility requirements of the Muskegon Area Promise. Those of you who received a letter, just to show pure magnitude, please stand. If you received a Muskegon Area Promise letter in the mail, stand up. Look at all these guys. Okay, you may sit. The award is valued at the cost of attendance for Muskegon Community College. Right now, that is $5,600 each year, and it is renewable. So with that, it's a gift of education, right? And what we know from our scholars here tonight, your paths will take you in many directions. Some have college plans here locally. Others are going to colleges within our state. Some are headed out of state. And some really are still making decisions. And that's okay. But what we'd like you to remember tonight is that Promise eligibility is unique. Your award is here when you need it. It is accessible for up to 4 years, and we only ask one thing. Please let us know by July 1st. And those of you in the audience, moms and dads, we do have few that have committed locally that I would like to recognize by name. If I do not capture your student tonight and you know they are staying locally, we will certainly give them an accolade, as Mr. Byard said, later this week. Based on what I know, here is our Promise Scholars from our NM class of 2022. Eliza Crawford, Champ Young, Adam Batch, Kelsey Fuller, Carly Gregg, Benjamin Hendrickson, Greer Jensen, Madison Rossler, and Michael Bortman. Those of you on that list, you've accepted your award, you've let us know you're staying locally, and we are super excited to welcome you to the Promise family. I do have letters, our yard signs that I would like to give to you as well. I will be here after our ceremony, making sure I find each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Megan. And now moving on to our own Miss Tina Gallo.
Good evening, and congratulations to the class of 2022. In presenting these tonight, I realize that you are the 87th class to graduate from North Muskegon. And as a 1988 alumni of North Muskegon, it's something that I hope that you treasure as you move forward. So congratulations to everyone here tonight. The first scholarship that I will be giving out is in the place of the Muskegon Kiwanis Club. They were established in 1986, established the Brogan Christie Scholarship, and is annually honored a noteworthy Muskegon area senior for their exemplary conduct and performance during their high school years. One of the criteria for the selection of this award is to show outstanding growth during high school. And this senior certainly has shown kindness and grit while pursuing her goals. The Kiwanis Club was unable to give her her award on the luncheon on April 27th because she was in LA with our choir. So I'm happy tonight to give her her $500 check from the Kiwanis Club, Alexis Jant. The next award that I'm giving is from Delta Kappa Gamma Society, and they would like to honor one of our seniors tonight with a $1,000 scholarship. They give one scholarship a year, and North Muskegon has the winner this year. Kay Olstrom was a distinguished local educator and a member of this local Alpha Kappa chapter of this sorority. This sorority supports young people in giving this scholarship since 1956. Now, a luncheon in June will officially give this senior her check and her certificate, but I'm pleased to recognize tonight if you would stand on a Hecla as this year's Muskegon County $1,000 winner. Congratulations, Anna, and don't forget to go to that luncheon and get your check. Again, I'm very pleased tonight to honor this class, and right now this is the time that I will talk about the self-reported merit honors that they're letting me know. I often get information after tonight, so if I do that as well, we will honor that on Thursday's awards. Also, it's probable that some of you might want to be checking your email and your USPS because your institution might also, as people come and go and make decisions, offer you a scholarship now or in June or July. So make sure that you're definitely keeping in touch with your universities. I'll call out each student's name in a moment and their college choice and their scholarship name. Seniors, you're going to stand and remain at your seat. And audience, I would just ask you to hold your applause until all the students are named. Aquinas College, Logan Walters, Aquinas Merit Scholarship and Grant, AQ Men's Golf Grant, and Tuition Grant. Central Michigan University, Abigail Bain, the Maroon and Gold Scholarship. Claremont McKenna College, Jasmine Duncan, the Wagner Family Global Scholars Grant. College of Charleston, Brenna Staley, Merit Scholarship. Grand Valley State University, Lauren Peterson, the GVSU Laker Scholarship. Hope College, Noah Bowen, Distinguished Scholar Award. Hope College, Nicholas Dana, Distinguished Scholar Award and Legacy Award. Hope College, Megan Hausman, Presidential Scholarship, RCA Award, Michigan Competitive Scholar and Volleyball Scholarship. Hope College, Grace Vanderwoody, Presidential Scholarship, Hope Grant, and Michigan Tuition Grant. Kalamazoo College, Josie Cook, the Lux Exo Scholarship and Medell Award. Loyola University, Gabriella Wingard, the Damon Scholarship. Michigan State University, Anna Hekla, the MSU Residential Scholarship. Michigan State University, Hunter Kukuk, the MSU Residential Scholarship. Ethan Coleman, MSU Student Aid Grant and MSU Residential Scholarship. Michigan State University, Katie Simonson, the MSU Residential Scholarship. Michigan State University, Madeline Wright, the MSU Student Aid Grant and MSU Residential Scholarship. Michigan Technological University, Keldon Blastic, the Platinum Presidential Scholarship, University Student Award, and Alumni Legacy Award. Michigan Technological University, Nolan Mallory, the Presidential Copper Scholar, and the University Student Award. Olivet College, Dylan Schultz, the Presidential Scholarship and Olivet Grant. University of Alabama, Gabriella Gaston, the Presidential Scholarship, Engineering Scholarship, J. Hubert Scruggs Fellowship Scholarship, and Calvin J. Peterson Memorial Scholarship. Western Michigan University, Laura Batch, the Brown and Gold Award, and Rose M. Eichig Memorial Scholarship for Education. Western Michigan University, Jenna Francis, the Bronco Merit Scholarship. Western Michigan University, Adrian Martinez, the Bronco Promise Student Tuition Award, the Bronco Merit Scholarship, WMU Achievement Award, and Edwin E. Metter Endowed Scholarship. Western Michigan University, Amaya Todd, the Bronco Promise Tuition Award, and Western Michigan University, Ginger Van Antwerp, the WMU Achievement Award and Brown and Gold Award. Congratulations to the Merit Scholars of 2022. The North Muskegon Education Association is committed to making an investment for our students to attend post-secondary education. This is the 8th annual scholarship presentation from the faculty of North Muskegon Public Schools to a graduating senior. The criteria of selection included reviewing a student's academic achievement here at school, as well as community service and extracurricular activities. This year's recipient maintained a 3.949 GPA while dominating the track. Her essay showcased her perseverance and determination for excellence and striving to be a math teacher in the future. She will attend Loyola University in Chicago this fall. The 2022 NMEA scholarship goes to Gabriella Wingard. In addition, Muskegon Community College allows high school counselors to select one student every year from the graduating class to receive a $400 scholarship to MCC. This student is chosen based on a variety of factors, including potential success at the college level. The candidate this year has shown continual dedication to his education. He is motivated to achieve his career aspirations and has been a joy to have at our school. My recipient this year improved his GPA from a 2.7 to almost a 3.2 in pandemic while taking 2 AP courses this year. Since 6th grade, I continue to see his curiosity and his kindness, his grit and his compassion, as well as his quiet but fierce determination to overcome obstacles. He is a great example of a true Norseman. Congratulations, Mason Van Wyk. The Michigan Competitive Scholarship is a scholarship that is both merit and need-based. The merit portion includes achieving an SAT score composite of a 1200 or higher. The need-based is considering the FAFSA, in which you submit before March 1st. The following students are honored for their merit portion of this scholarship. Check your FAFSA if it's worth any cash. Otherwise, just please stand and be recognized for your merit award. Adam Batch, Keldon Blastic, Gabrielle Gaston, Megan Hausman, Alexandra Lindsay, Nathaniel Nikoloff, Ryan Peoples, Katie Simonson, Helena Solberg, Gabriella Wingard, and Madeline Wright. Congratulations. And the last thing that I will honor tonight is on behalf of Early College of Muskegon County. Early College of Muskegon County is something that this class thought of in the end of their sophomore year in applying. 3 of your peers decided to take the leap and to be a part of the Early College of Muskegon County. They will walk with you on Friday night, but they will not receive their diploma until next year, because when they receive their diploma, they also shall receive their associate's degree from Muskegon Community College. The three of your peers that decided to take that ambitious leap were Andrea Figuera, Gavin Glom, and Samantha Slayton. They're busy at MCC. And it's my pleasure to announce Mr. Cook with the next awards. Thank you.
Okay, up first will be the MHSAA Scholar Athlete Award. Mr. Byard, my attractive assistant, will hand these out for me. To be nominated for this award is an honor in itself. The judges at the MHSAA had a tough task of selecting 32 scholarship recipients from over 1,400 entries. The scholarship receipts were honored at the Boyd's basketball finals on March 28th. While only a few winners could be selected, all applicants and their schools have great reason to be proud. North Muskegon would like to recognize these student scholar athletes. Josie Cook. You can come on up, Josie. Gabby Gaston. Megan Hausman. Molly Stewart. Gavin Grimm. Hunter Kukuk. And Nolan Mallory. Okay, the first award, the Robert Morris Scholarship Trophy. Just a few things about Coach Morris. Coach Morris was given to the male student athlete who has excelled both on the field and in the classroom. Again, some things about Coach Morris. Coach Morris was a teacher at North Muskegon from 1948 to 1977. He taught math for many years. He was a varsity basketball coach at North Muskegon from 1948 to 1966. He was the athletic director for 10 years, 1967 to 77. The Robert Morris Scholar Athlete Award was created by the North Muskegon Varsity Club, which we had years ago. Coach also, at one time, we had Lifetime Achievement Awards, and Coach received that. This year's Coach Morris Award goes to Kelty Plastic. Okay, the Homer Van Heusen Scholar Athlete. The Homer Van Heusen Award was given to a female that has excelled both on the field and in the classroom. Mr. Van Heusen was a top North Muskegon chemistry teacher and a faculty manager at North Muskegon from 1941 to 1975. Mr. Van Heusen also took care of all the end of the season reports and stats for all athletic teams. The North Muskegon coaches would like to recognize this year's Scholar Athletic Achievement to Megan Hausman. Okay, the Mike Baldwin Award is given to a male best all-around athlete. Some background on Mike Baldwin. He played basketball in the early 1960s for Coach Morris. He was the team captain in 1964. Mike was also the team leading rebounder. He was a 3-letter winner in basketball. Mike was also an excellent hurdler in track. Mike was a popular student, a hard worker, and an all-around good team player. Mike died young in 1966 of a brain aneurysm. This year's award goes to one of our senior team athletes, team players that played football, basketball, and baseball, Champ Young. Okay, this one. West Collie Memorial. This reminds me, when I talk about this award, it reminds me of the guy sitting right here. When I read through it, you'll know why, Mr. Bozell. The start of the new year for competition and athletic excellence begins. Each year, West Collie Memorial is presented to the most outstanding senior girl. West Collie served at North Muskegon Schools as a custodian, bus driver, and maintenance man for 29 years. His death was in 1980. The services that West provided were many, from lining of the field, driving to countless athletic events, repairing equipment. West was truly a man of the administration, teachers, and coaches all admired. This year's award goes to an athlete, team player, again, that played volleyball, basketball, and softball. This year's award goes to Josie Cook. The Purdue Memorial Athletic Award. Alexander Purdue was a football basketball player at North Muskegon in the 1930s. The award was created in honor of Alexander Purdue, who died young in 1935. This is the school's oldest athletic award. It is awarded annually to someone who has contributed to his team in both sports. The award has a special significance to me because it's the year my dad presented it every year, along with having my names on it, my brother's names are on it, and his kids' names are on it. This year's award obviously was to someone that played both football and basketball. The North Muskegon coaches would like to recognize Champ Young. And I know many of you are disappointed because over, I don't know how many years, 50 years, somebody from the Moyes family has presented the award. And now Jeff Cook's here. So I'll do the best I can on it. The Moyes Award goes back nearly 70 years in honor of Paul Moyes, a football, basketball, baseball coach and teacher at North Muskegon. Coach Moyes was perhaps most proud of his 1942 team that still holds the state record at 15, the longest streak in Michigan high school history for consecutive wins against their opponents. In his final year of coaching, 1950 and 51, Coach was obviously coaching the baseball and softball teams that were conference champs. Although he was 30 years old and the father of two, Coach entered the armed forces and served with many former players in World War II. Moyes had to give up his labor of love, teaching and coaching, when he was stricken with multiple sclerosis and retired in 1953. Paul Moyes passed away in 1960, 2 years before his son Tom won the Moyes Award in 1962. Tom was a 4-year starter in baseball, 3-year in basketball, and led North Muskegon to the Seaway Conference Championship in football, baseball, and basketball his senior year. Tom Moyes, that's Jim's brother, again perished in a car accident in 1973. And the administration at the time renamed the Moyes Award the Paul and Tom Sportsmanship Award. Tom's characteristics are the same as his father, especially his great sense of humor. The Moyes Award goes to a male and female who combine both sportsmanship on the field and outstanding athletic ability. This year's award goes to its male, Sam Bo Netto. Okay, and our female award goes to 2 people, Molly Stewart and Gabby Gaston. Thank you and good job, Norseman.
Thank you, Coach Cook. I have the last 3 that we're going to do tonight, and then we'll move on to the academic recognitions. The American Red Cross would like to award this young person $250 for their service to the American Red Cross. That goes to Josie Cook. And it's my honor to hand out the John E. Lanning Memorial Award in memory of Hospitalman 3rd Class John Lanning, killed in action with the 3rd Marine Division in South Vietnam on May 8, 1967, while attending to a wounded Marine. The fund was established to perpetuate his memory and the principles for which he stood by providing for an annual award to outstanding students of North Muskegon High School, John's alma mater. Selection of the students will be based on the following standards: service, leadership, willingness to make personal sacrifice, devotion to duty, respect, and scholastic effort. The John E. Lanning Memorial Award goes to Taylor Young. And our final one is a new one. Along with these seniors here, their last awards assembly, so is Mr. Bozell's. And so we would like to recognize him for his years of service by gifting a James Bozell Service Scholarship annually. And let me just kind of read the description, and Jim's going to come up and say a few things. I think he's earned it. James Bozell was hired as the North Muskegon Public Schools head of maintenance on March 24th, 1988. Over the course of his 34 years of loyal service, Mr. Bozell has heard, seen, and experienced all of it. If we only knew half the stories. Actually, we don't want to know those stories. His tireless work ethic, commitment to excellence, and passion for the blue and gold are second to none, and his legacy will live on in the hallways of North Muskegon. This scholarship will be awarded annually in recognition of a senior that models service to North Muskegon, inspired by what Mr. Bozell has done for decades. So here to present his own award, Mr. James Bozell.
Thank you, Mr. Byard. Wow, this is a lot for me. I don't know really what to say. Congratulations to the class of 2022. It's a great group of young people here. It's been both a pleasure and an honor for me to work with the staff, students, and community of North Muskegon Public Schools for the past 34 years. What a great school. My kids graduated from here. I have a grandson going here right now. What a great place. I can't put into words what it means to me for this service award in my name to be presented to a high school senior each year. So I'm not even going to try to. I'm just going to announce I was able to choose this award winner this year, which was really cool for me. The first James Bozell Service Award goes to Noah Bamberg. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure all these years. It really has. I'm going to miss it, but I have a feeling I'll get a few phone calls, so I'll be around.
Thank you, Mr. Bozell. At this time, I'd like to invite Class President Gabby Gaston up to read off the names for our cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude winners.
Hello, I'm Gabby Gaston. I'm the class president, as Mr. Byard mentioned. I will be announcing the high honors, and the high honors are defined by a 3.5 GPA and above. There are 3 sections, so we're going to start with cum laude, which is a 3.5 to 3.744 GPA. Starting off, Adam Batch. Norse clap. All right, yeah, we're going to do a Norse clap, so that's just the 2 clap we've been doing. Laura Batch. Abigail Bain. Nicholas Dana. Gavin Glom. Carly Gregg. Gavin Grimm. Benjamin Hendrickson. Cara Hilliard. Jack Inyard. Alexis Jant. Quinn Kurzman. Kira Lindstrom. Nolan Mallory. Maverick Melenik. Elizabeth Piper. Madison Rossler. Samantha Slayton. Helena Solberg. And Taylor Young. All right, now we're moving on to the magna cum laude, which is a 3.745 to 3.894 GPA. Noah Bowen. Whitney Byard. Eliza Crawford. Jasmine Duncan. Andrea Figueroa. Kelsey Fuller. Tristan Guerrero. Brielle Hall. Hunter Kukuk. Ethan Coman. Alexandra Lindsay. Samuel Neto. Ryan Peoples. All right, now we're moving on to the highest honor, which is Summa Cum Laude Award, and that is a 3.895 to 4.0 GPA. Keldon Blastic. Josie Cook. Jenna Francis. Anna Hakela. Megan Hausman. Greer Jensen. Emily Judd. Natalie Lorenz. Adrian Martinez. Olivia Moulton. Nathaniel Nikoloff. Lauren Peterson. Katie Simonson. Brenna Staley. Molly Stewart. Grace Vanderwoody. Gabriella Wingard. And Madeline Wright.
And Gabby Gaston. Step one, done. Check it off the box, right? So as a reminder, if you would like to attend our all high school honors assembly, it's Thursday at 1 o'clock. It's in the high school gym. You're more than welcome to attend. You have to wear your cap and gown. Apparently there was some issue with that today, but we figured it out. So we would love to see you there. Please come by if you can. It's going to be a fun, exciting week. Keep your positive vibes for good weather. We're going to be outside for our commencement on Friday. Thank you all for coming. You're more than welcome to stay as long as you want to take pictures, but Jim said he's closing it down at 7:30. Have a great night, and go Norse.
Thank you.